We are ready for our first bout of the evening. Here is my main man, 50 grand. Mauro Ronaldo.
All right, BC, it is about to go down in H-Town as we present a couple of boys looking to make noise at 126 pounds. Eduardo Ramirez, a southpaw, facing a fellow lefty in the power-punching Claudio Marrero. Both of them looking to move on up like George and Wheezy. And Marrero, 30 years of age. Hey, he's just 1-2 in his last 3 fights. In his last fight in January in Brooklyn, he lost a 12-round unanimous decision against the unbeaten 2012 Olympic silver medalist Tug Niambayar. His opponent, Ramirez, well, he suffered the only loss of his career back in December 2017 in London, dropping a 12-round unanimous decision against then 126-pound title holder Lee Selby. Now, the bout was scheduled as a title fight. Ramirez was ineligible to win the belt after he missed weight by 2 3/4 pounds. He has bounced back with a couple of wins, including a come-from-behind 9th-round TKO against Brian DeGracia, and that happened in March on Showtime. Al, for the first time, he's working with a nutritionist, and as we look at the tail of the tape, how has that already impacted Mr. Ramirez?
Yeah, as we take a look at the numbers, you see the weight, 125.5 for Ramirez. That nutritionist really helped him, and he said this is the very first time that he has come into a fight without any problems making weight, and you see where they've gotten to tonight after they rehydrated, and Marrero will in fact be the bigger fighter, ironically. What's not listed there is they are both left-handers, kind of rare to see that.
And the rules for our fights tonight: no standing egg count, no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental foul or headbutt causes a fight to end within 4 rounds, it's a no decision. After 4 rounds, they go to the scorecards for a technical decision. It's time for the official introductions. Here's our Hall of Fame ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the NRG Arena here in beautiful Houston, Texas, as Premier Boxing Champions presents a big night of action coming your way, and it's all brought to you by Lions Only Promotions, TGB Promotions, and Showtime, sponsored by MGM Resorts and Brooklyn Boxing. Well, this bout in the ring is presented in association with Samson Boxing. It is sanctioned by the WBA, the president, Gilberto Jesus Mendoza. Supervisor is Kina Malpartida. Introducing our 3 judges, scoring from ringside, all from the state of Texas. From San Antonio, we have Ruben Carrion. Also from San Antonio, Glenn Crocker. And from Baytown, James Green. Introducing our 3rd man to the ring, the referee in charge of the action, Rafael Ramos. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Featherweight World Title Eliminator. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with multicolor trim, he joins us from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. He weighed in at 125.5 pounds. His record stands at 23 wins, 3 losses, with 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the WBA number 9 ranked contender, introducing the Matrix, Claudio Marrero. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with silver trim, fighting out of Mexico's hotbed of boxing, Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico. He weighed in the same as his opponent, 125.5 pounds. His record stands at 22 wins, 1 loss, 3 draws, 1 no contest, with 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the slick number 7 ranked featherweight contender, introducing Eduardo Zurdito Ramirez. Once again, a referee in charge. Now to give instructions, Rafael Ramos.
Okay. You received the pre-fight instruction, recibieron las instrucciones. Protect yourself, protéjase en todo el tiempo. Give me a clean fight, una pelea limpia. Ponchos over here van a estar buenos, ok? Suerte.
29-year pro referee Rafael Ramos officiating his 466th professional bout, taking place in the 126-pound weight class. The bell and round number one. Claudio the Matrix Marrero in the black with multicolored trim trunks. Eduardo Ramirez sports the black and silver trunks. The first frame scheduled for 12. Both southpaws.
Jason Galarza, the trainer of Marrero, said he is going to start a lot faster in this fight than the last one, which he noted that he lost, and they said it was due to him not starting quick enough. So they're going to try and get off to a much better start.
Ramirez feinting, trying to find a way to navigate the distance. Marrero on his back foot, pawing away at the jab of Ramirez. This is with that sweeping right hook, and then eats a jab.
Marrero's certainly the technically more proficient fighter, but Ramirez is so durable, and we saw him in that fight with Brian DeGracia take punishment, but hang in there and eventually get the win.
And Paulie, for Marrero, really all about the power punch, as 91% of his landed punches per round, according to show stats, are power shots.
Yeah, he's not looking to mess around in there. He's looking to set up the big shots, but he's using the jab this round so far. I think he's trying to be patient behind the jab and then trying to set up the power.
17 of Marrero's 23 victories have come inside the distance. He has 7 first-round knockouts, 5 coming in his first 5 pro fights.
A guy like Ramirez, though, seems to be also very durable. He's been in some tough fights, and he's shown his durability. So I think Marrero kind of understands that, and I think the percentage of power punches in this round has been a little bit less, and he's been using the jab, trying to set up some power.
And now Ramirez with just 9 stoppage victories out of his 22 triumphs, so not known for as much pop, but a slick southpaw, and showing some of that there.
Yeah, and ironically, they feel like he can knock Marrero out. Despite that, they feel like he's gotten better as a power puncher in recent camps. And right now, both men, as Paulie said, being very cautious.
Show stats numbers suggest that while Ramirez is decent in the early rounds, he is a better and more effective fighter once he warms up. And Marrero putting the pressure on Ramirez before Ramirez turns the tables, resets in the center of the ring. So very much a feeling out process, a getting to know you opening 3 minutes, and again with mixed results in their recent forays into the squared circle, both of them looking to really set the stage for making a run. Of course, we talk about Ramirez and his victory coming from behind to stop Brian DeGracia. Body shot from Marrero, and Ramirez targeting the body as well. Nice 1-2 combination by Ramirez.
And in a close round, Ramirez got it.
We'll take a look at the keys to victory for Ramirez. Move your head. Sometimes he is a stationary target with his head and can be hit. Make it rough. I think he's going to have to rough up Marrero a little bit in this fight to make himself effective. And we saw at the end of that round the left hand from Ramirez. He landed a beauty. For Marrero, control the distance. That's important for him. He doesn't want to have Ramirez fighting off his chest. We didn't see it in the first round, but he's a very good combination puncher, a dazzling combination puncher at his best, and he wants to use that tonight. And his left hand, which has created 3 recent knockouts, is a good one.
This is round 2, scheduled for 12 rounds in the 126-pound division. Claudio Marrero, Eduardo Ramirez, and Marrero again going to the body. Oh, slips on the canvas.
Caught tripped over each other's feet there.
We talk about the fact both fighting southpaw. Ramirez has faced lefties in 2 of his 6 most recent fights.
And of course, for lefties to fight each other is also a bit awkward, you know. A lot of times
and they're both natural righties.
Yeah.
Converted to lefty.
Yes.
So that's
And you
crazy.
kind of tell the way they throw their right hook that they're very confident throwing their right hook. And a lot of times that usually is from a converted southpaw.
Marrero's faced only one lefty since 2015. That fight lasted all of 33 seconds as he starched Torrey Lara in the opening round, April of 2018.
And a converted right-hander, my bad. Converted southpaw is a set lefty, turns righty, but converted right-hander.
We knew what you meant.
Yes.
Ramirez leaning in on Marrero, separated by the referee Ramos. There's a jab from Marrero, sweeping right hook.
And these rounds are sort of tactical so far. The first round and a half, but Ramirez with that big left hand at the end of the first round may have been able to edge it.
And Ramirez putting together the combinations out.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. Marrero is known as a better combination puncher, but you're right. So far, Ramirez has been able to do that a little more effectively.
Just crossed the midway point of the second round. There's a sharp jab that popped Ramirez's head back. Body shot by Ramirez just above the belt line.
You know, up the counter. Oh, good uppercut there by Marrero. Ramirez has better legs than we kind of might be given credit, because he's not allowing Marrero to get into the range to throw the combinations. I think Marrero wants to throw the combinations. You see he kind of explodes in, but then Ramirez kind of eliminates the distance, so he's going to get, Marrero may get in one shot at most.
And Ramirez able to circle the ring as Marrero just continuing to allow him to do so, trying to establish the jab, goes to the body, counter upstairs by Ramirez.
There you started to see some of the quickness in the hand speed for Marrero.
And Marrero using that head movement, slipping those jabs. Double, triple jab, but bouncing off the shoulder of Marrero by Ramirez. 30 seconds left in the second round. Flurry of jabs by Ramirez, more just to try to irritate Marrero, try to find a way to land that right hand as Ramirez almost dropped into a right hand from Marrero. All right, Jim, and of course, Charlo hoping to be a big problem for the upset-minded Brandon Adams as Charlo makes his first entrance into the squared circle as the full WBC 160-pound belt holder. That's coming up in the main event right now. Round 3 of this 126-pound tilt between Claudio Marrero on his front foot against Eduardo Ramirez. Marrero looking to establish the jab, now going to work in the body, and a right hook lands upstairs.
And a good body shot too by Marrero. Marrero in that flurry. And I don't know if Ramirez felt that he's trying to smother. Now he's punching back.
Been a couple of surprises in this fight. One, Ramirez putting his combinations together better than we thought, moving better than we thought, and I think his punches are straighter than they normally are. Sometimes he loops those punches.
Both of them with an uptick in the offensive output, sporadically landing. A lot of the punches being blocked or caught on the arms, but definitely a more offensive round here in round number 3.
And Marrero trying to get to the body, making a concerted effort this round to get to the body.
Ramirez, lifelong resident of Los Mochis, Mexico, where Al, the water formula in Los Mochis is H2KO. It is a boxing hotbed.
I mean, Humberto Soto, Jorge Arce, Fernando Montiel. I mean, they have produced some great champions. And Ramirez said it's for 2 reasons. One, we're poor there, and we really want to find a way to make money. And number 2, there's just a lot of talent.
Oh, nice right hook, and Marrero wore it well.
You know, Marrero has a very talented body language. You know, you can see the talent is there. He just takes it for granted sometimes and makes some really irresponsible decisions, the way he walks in or the way he stands there and gets himself caught with some, you know, needless shots.
Well, in talking to our unofficial scorer, Steve Farhood, you know, we talk about the fact that, Marrero could be hot and cold as any top fighter, like loosey-goosey style, hands low, but can punch with either hand and can be difficult to hit.
His former trainer, Herman Caicedo, who they did not have an amicable parting, but he even said, sometimes in sparring, Marrero was so dazzling that fighters would just stop and watch in the gym because they were so amazed. He has tremendous talent and at his best can be spectacular, but sometimes does underachieve.
Yeah, looking to land that up jab or shovel jab again, shooting the jab off the hip, Paulie, and missing there with the right hook was Ramirez.
But you see again, second time he gets caught with that right hook in this round. He just gets caught with some careless shots.
And got caught again by a Ramirez right hand. Oh, and that right uppercut grazing the chin of Marrero. And Marrero egging him on, taunting him, leaving himself exposed, and now Ramirez trying to showboat a bit. Playing the mind games as well as the pugilistic ones here in the third frame as Marrero attacking the body of Ramirez in the corner.
Ramirez against the ropes, kind of making Marrero not effective, turning him, getting him there, and then throwing those combinations. Again, landing several of those. And again, he was not considered the best combination puncher coming into this fight, but he has been in the actual bout. And then later on in the round, Ramirez again putting punches together and landing another uncharacteristic punch, the right hook. That's really not his stock in trade. So tonight he has shown us a lot that we hadn't seen before. Marrero, though, attacking at the end of the round, trying to make something happen. But again, Ramirez being very elusive in some ways, though the body punch did get there from Marrero.
We begin round 4 in this 126-pound affair. Claudio the Matrix Marrero from the Dominican Republic started boxing when he was 13, made the national team when he was 15, had 230 amateur fights compared to Ramirez 30 amateur fights, but Ramirez looking to establish the jab here in the fourth frame again this year, but the body movement, the defense of Marrero on display, but still eating shots upstairs.
You know, two really big left hands early in this round from Marrero, one to the head and one to the body. And that is his ticket to winning this fight. He is a tremendous left-handed puncher. Here he's doing some good body work.
I got it. Hey,
He's been targeting the body a lot the last few rounds.
And rolls with that left cross from Ramirez. And then, boxing on the inside, Marrero continuing to batter away at the body of Ramirez. Manhandling Ramirez in the corner, referee admonishing Marrero.
The ref was trying to, the ref was giving a warning.
Stopped his momentum.
Yeah, I mean, Ramirez was trying to smother Marrero, so all Marrero was doing was creating space. He wasn't doing anything that illegal.
Good body work, though, early by Marrero. Those body shots were hellacious.
Marrero walking down Ramirez, allowing Ramirez to use the lateral movement, but targeting the body with the jab, that short right hand, that chopping right hook on Ramirez. As Marrero imposing his will and skill and really making that investment downstairs to the body.
Talking now.
Yes.
That body work is devastating, and I think it's having an impact on Ramirez.
Yeah, Ramirez needs to get busy with that jab. He's trying to create space and use his legs, but Marrero has nothing to worry about on the way in. He's just going to chase you and walk you down. So you need to put that jab in his face.
Remember, Ramirez went 12 rounds with Lee Selby. But here in round 4 now, less than a minute remaining, still trying to utilize his footwork, avoiding that volley of shots to the body. Marrero continues to focus his attack on Ramirez's torso.
And something you remember, Ramirez is very much a second-half fighter. The second half of fights, he is much better. So we'll see, even though this is a very close fight right now.
If he gets getting hit with body shots like that, though, I don't know if he's
that's a good point.
In the second half.
30 seconds left in the fourth. Ramirez pops off the jab again, missing with that left cross as Marrero continues to showcase deft defense.
It's been a good round for Marrero. He's done great body work and really been effective.
And good defense as well.
Yeah.
Let's work, Claudio! Let's work! Let's work!
Marrero putting in the work in round 4.
On the inside, they came together and almost had a really bad clash of heads. It was Marrero coming up with his head, though I don't think intentionally, and that could have resulted in some injury. And there he is working on the inside. The body work of Marrero in the last round was really the headline of that round. That one ending a little low, but here he'll crank up these hooks. That was great. He got under the guard of Ramirez, and I think overall that paid some dividends. And Paulie made a very good point that while Ramirez is a good second half fighter, that might affect him.
So happy for you, but you're doing your job. Okay? Yeah. Keep working the jab to the body, okay? Keep working. Come on, come on.
Round number 5, Marrero's trainer chasing Galarza, telling him to keep working the jab to the body. And he has been very effective with his body work. Meanwhile, Ramirez trying to make adjustments. He's a jab from Marrero. And when we talk about adjustments, Paulie, I usually ask you about things you would like to see happen. And for Ramirez, the way he's absorbed the body attack and now eats another shot upstairs. Talk about changes you'd like to see him make.
There's more body shots there by Marrero, and he's established his jab better. You see he's throwing that jab, but he's throwing it off that back foot while he's not really putting a lot on it. You know, he's trying to use his legs to create distance, but again, you need to put something in Marrero's face in order to make him respect that distance. Otherwise, he's just going to walk you down as you're running and moving.
There's a good right from Ramirez to the body, and he did that earlier in the fight, and now he's trying to get back to it again.
Minute has elapsed here in the 5th. A jab from Marrero. Lead left from Marrero, blocked. Tries to slip in that left cross.
One thing Ramirez has done is avoid getting hit by the straight left by Marrero in this fight.
Double jab lands for Marrero.
Another thing that also helps discourage the progress of Marrero as far as coming forward.
Good head movement.
It's good head movement, but also counter-punching off the head movement. If Marrero pays when he misses, he's going to think twice about just being so free and carefree with his offense. And Ramirez not doing a lot of counter-punching as he's moving.
Yeah.
Marrero missing wildly with the left.
See, if all you do is make a guy miss and never make him pay, the guy has nothing to lose. At worst, he'll just miss. But if he starts to pay for his misses, then he's going to think twice about being so carefree.
Again, winding up with that left, looking to deliver the power shots. Ramirez keeping the offense uptick going, trying to keep Marrero at bay.
Pretty close round here in this round. This is one of those that is kind of up for grabs.
There's a sharp jab. Oh, a counter right by Marrero was the more effective shot of that exchange, backing Ramirez up.
You can tell the looseness. Marrero throws that right hook. You can tell he's a natural right-hander.
Yeah.
Very impressed with his defense, his head movement, able to slip, but like you say, needs to. If you make a miss, you got to make him pay. And looking to make him pay dividends with that investment to the body. We are through 5 rounds here in Houston, Texas.
One very good shot that punctuated that last round was that right hook by Marrero. Big power punch for him.
To the point to where I can't tell.
Brendan, best of luck. We'll talk to you after the fight.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
All right, good approach. Back to you, Morrow.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. Brandon Adams looking to go from the contender to becoming a champion, facing huge odds tonight in the main event, but a hungry challenger, and both Marrero and Ramirez looking hungry here in round 6 as they meet in the center of the ring. Both looking to attack the body. And Marrero continuing to dig away, but Ramirez having some success upstairs.
Galarza, the trainer of Marrero, told us that in his losses, conditioning has been a big issue. And they said in this fight, he literally lived in the gym. He stayed in a room right by the gym, and he said that his conditioning will be good. We'll see as this fight wears on.
Of course, both of these featherweights looking to move up the ranks, a division controlled by the likes of Gary Russell Jr., Josh Warrington, Oscar Valdez, Leo Santa Cruz. So some great talent here at 126.
Great division to be in to get big fights. They're both throwing really powerful shots in this round.
Yeah, and fighting at a distance with like a phone booth type of fight. Key moment is when we're in the halfway point of the fight. Guys are trying to take control of this fight.
Yeah, we're just coming up on the midway point of the 6th round and the midway point of this scheduled 12-round affair at 126. They exchange body blows. Marrero, again, he gets caught with that right hook upstairs, but more of a glancing blow there by Ramirez. Ramirez goes to the body on the exit, countered by Marrero.
You know, Marrero's almost, nice jab. He's almost made a decision. He's not having his way landing his straight left, so he is concentrating on the right hook, and it's produced some dividends.
And we talk about his reliance on the power punches, Paulie, but he's displayed an effective, sharp jab when he's used it.
Yeah, he has, but also really gone to the body well in this fight. You know, and I think the jab has helped him close that gap to get to the body shots.
Marrero's corner calling for the double jab and the jab to the body. Missing with that sweeping right hook. Ramirez with some shots on the inside before backing out. Marrero's hands super low. Hasn't been made to pay for it yet, and really showcasing again some effective head movement as we go to round number 7.
We take a look at some of the body punches in this fight. A lot of the work by Marrero on the inside has been very effective. Nice combination of body punches. He has concentrated on that. And in another sequence, we see him going downstairs, right on the belt line. But he has, and also Ramirez with that double right hook, but then got hit with the body punch by Marrero on his way out. And so body work's important.
Okay, start getting busy now. Now you got to be right on top of him. Nice and close. And then you hit him with the jab. Get in there, get in there. Fight him close, fight him close. On top of him.
Round number 7, Claudio Marrero looking to bounce back from a defeat against Tug Niambayar in his last outing this past January, while Ramirez looks to win his 3rd consecutive fight since losing against Lee Selby.
You could hear the urgency of Pedro Montiel, brother of Fernando, the great champion, as he talked in the corner to Ramirez. They know this is the time of fight where he usually really perks up, and they're looking to see that.
And there's chopping left, another left by Marrero upstairs on Ramirez. Bringing in our unofficial scorer, Steve Farwood. How do you have it at the midpoint of this 12-round featherweight matchup?
Mo, I have Marrero ahead 58-56, 4 rounds to 2. We tend to remember the action rounds in most fights, but from a scoring perspective, sometimes it's the rounds in which almost nothing happens that ultimately determines the winner. That was the case with rounds 1 and 2 in this fight. I gave both of those rounds to Marrero.
Ramirez is starting to get hit a little more with that straight left by Marrero.
And Marrero baiting both of them, actually, waiting for the other to commit first, looking the counter, but Ramirez forced to impose the action. But again, both of them go to the body. Upstairs, Ramirez with the jab. Another right hook. And yeah, lots of action on the inside. Ramirez having success with some combinations.
Becoming a battle of attrition in his last round and a half or so. You know?
Absolutely, and the way the storyline works out, you know, the question is Marrero in the kind of shape they said he is, and is Ramirez going to close this fight as he does normally? And this round has been a battle.
Again, Marrero targeting the body. Oh, sweeping right hook, clipping the jaw. Ramirez twice. Ramirez leaning in. Continues to eat right hooks to the jaw at close quarters. Under a minute left in round 7.
I think we can safely say Eduardo Ramirez has a pretty good chin. Oh, wow, another big right hook.
Ramirez coming forward. Marrero rolling with these punches, digging away to the body, avoids that right hook. So Marrero getting, and a lot of these shots he's rolling with them.
He wants Ramirez to attack because he wants to land that straight left as a counter punch, Marrero, even though he took punches from Ramirez.
Ramirez throwing combination, but not landing as much as he would like. 10 seconds left here in round 7.
Best round of the fight, and they threw more punches than they've thrown in any other round. In that round, Marrero got the right hook in, and here's the straight left hand. That's his best power punch. He landed several of them in that round, and along with a couple of good right hooks, and Ramirez showed, and there was another one, and then later on in the round, the body work again, and Marrero throwing some combinations there and trying to get something big in, and there's the right hook. That was one of the bigger punches he landed. And you see Ramirez, he can take a punch.
That's what you are. You're the teacher. Let's go. Keep working your jab. Beautiful jab. Beautiful jab.
Jason Galarza imparting wisdom to Claudio Marrero. Music to the ears of Paulie Malignaggi. Use the jab. Use the jab.
Because you want to start to create some distance. You can't fight in that phone booth constantly. Otherwise, you're going to create a lot of fatigue and take more damage.
Well, Al, we talk about the pattern of Ramirez's career, revving it up as the fight goes on, the RPM on his engine. Well, he does average 67 punches thrown per round, which is 10 more than the 126-pound average.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've thrown about exactly the same amount of punches in this fight, which is a little surprising because Marrero averages a little bit less, but still, he is going to need Ramirez, I think, to really up the ante here in these final rounds. And he didn't do bad in the last round, but Marrero did a little better.
Exchanging at close quarters. Ramirez. And Marrero again continues to batter the body. Ramirez trying to land any punch of significance.
Remember how
pushing the jab there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, remember how effective the Ramirez jab was earlier in the fight, and you're 100% correct. He was pushing it there and has done that in the last couple of rounds. See, great minds think alike.
Hey.
He said modestly.
Our unofficial score, Steve Farhood has Marrero up by 3 points. 7 rounds as Ramirez throwing punches, but even when he lands, not disturbing Marrero. Marrero, though, a lot of movement, trying to bewilder Ramirez, but not landing much.
The output of Ramirez, though, is starting to increase now. He's getting comfortable in here.
He is.
Marrero moving less and less.
Yeah, this has been a good round for Ramirez, I think. And you know, Steve made the point. There were a couple of those early rounds that were very close, so who knows?
Oh, that left cross.
Yeah, especially round 1 where, where Ramirez landed that big left hand at the end of the round.
Now Marrero inviting Ramirez to the ropes. Usually you don't want to see your fighter labor along the ropes, but Marrero seems to be confident.
He wants to land that.
And counter, you're right.
He wants to land that straight left. And now he's thinking, if I land the ropes, I might get him to come in and I can land that punch.
And Ramirez acquiescent.
Yeah.
Or he's tired. He's just trying to bait him.
That is also a possibility.
Yes.
Either way, Ramirez is having a good round here.
Left uppercut right. Houston, Texas. We are in the midst of this 126-pound affair between Eduardo Ramirez, record of 22-1-3 with 1 no contest, and Claudio Marrero, who is 23-3. And this is round number 9. Claudio Marrero in the black with multicolored trim trunks. Eduardo Ramirez in the black and silver trunks.
You know, they asked Ramirez to pump up the volume. He did exactly that in the last round, throwing 88 punches, his high point of the fight, and landing 20 of them. So he did, in fact, move ahead. Neither of these fighters has won a 12-round fight. Ramirez is 0-1 in 12 rounds, and Marrero is 0-2. So if one of them could pull it off tonight, it would be the first time.
Again, Marrero lulling Ramirez to the ropes, flashes the jab, goes to the body. A battle of southpaws. Ramirez marching forward, looking to find a home for his jab, but again, slick head movement from Marrero out.
Yeah, double left hook, and then he cranks up that left hand, but Ramirez still landing.
Sharp jab by Marrero.
Marrero now sharpshooting, trying to save energy.
Yeah, I agree with you, Paulie. I think he might be getting a little bit fatigued in there.
Yeah, he's trying to use he's trying to be crafty right now.
Yeah, make it look like he's not tired.
Yeah, he's just sharpshooting, which, you know, you're not putting a lot of weight on the shots, but as long as you can make Ramirez miss and not get trapped like this, maybe he'll still win the round. But if he gets caught like this, and
well, and he is missing a lot of punches, although there and that he did connect, but and, you know, a lot of them come off the arm, but it's still, he's the one with the offensive output.
He's landing now, and Marrero squaring himself up a lot too now. Remember we said earlier, Ramirez loves these later rounds, and he's showing us why.
Ramirez going upstairs. Marrero trying to attack the body again, leaning in, definitely slowing down his pace. Misses with that right hand, but then lands a couple of lefts. Ramirez with another 1-2 that scores. Less than 30 seconds left in the 9th round. Marrero waiting for that counter, but there's a short right hand that scored for Ramirez upstairs, and Ramirez just missing with the right hook.
Oh, nice moves by the way, Ramirez. There's the counter punching I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Ramirez letting him know what he felt about him in that round.
Some commentary. Ramirez getting Marrero on the ropes and throwing combinations. He did that very effectively in the last round, as he did in the previous rounds. And Marrero positioning himself on the ropes. We'll take another look at it. And we queried in the previous round, was he doing that as a ploy or because he was tired? It's starting to look more like he's doing it because he's tired, and Ramirez taking advantage of it.
6 minutes, beautiful boxing, okay? Okay?
Más presión. Señores, tú estás en la casa de él. Está en la casa de él.
6 minutes, Poppy, 6 minutes. Smart boxing, okay? Come on. 6 minutes, 2 rounds. No, box.
The bell in round 10, Jason Galarza thought there was only 2 rounds left, but there are 3 actually scheduled, and the power puncher Marrero asked to showcase beautiful boxing.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if that means they think he's far enough ahead in this fight that he can box his way. We have 3 rounds left, and I think this is a pretty close fight at this point. And in fact, they've landed, according to show stats, there's only a 1-punch difference in terms of how many punches have been landed in this fight. And Ramirez has thrown about 40 more. So.
And in his last fight, Ramirez was down on 2 of the 3 judges' scorecards when he scored that 9th-round TKO on Brian DeGracias. We bring in our unofficial scorer, Steve Farhood.
Mo, I think this fight has tightened up a lot. I've given Ramirez the last couple of rounds. And something to think about. Is it unsettling for the judges that Marrero fights every round different? You know, one round he's aggressive, one round he's moving. That can unsettle the judges. It shouldn't, but it can. And I'd be curious as how they react to that on their cards.
Marrero has gotten off a dramatic body attack, and he's landed about 10 body punches, big ones, early in this round. I mean, that's as good a sustained body attack as I've seen in a long time.
Meanwhile, Ramirez continues to target Marrero's head. Coming up on the midway point of the 10th. And after that fusillade of body shots by Marrero, flashes the jab. Chopping left hand over the top by Ramirez.
That might have been a very important sequence in this fight, and that one, there's one, he'll get a warning for that.
2 of them.
Yeah, 2.
Ramirez will have up to, oh, he's all ready to go. Didn't eat up much of that 5-minute allotment. 30 seconds left in the 10th. Marrero targeting the body. Ramirez firing off, oh, and again blistering body work. The hand speed on display of Claudio Marrero. Phone booth fight here.
Nice right hook by Marrero. What an impressive round by him.
Avoiding a lot of these right hooks and scores with a right hook of his own. Furious exchange at the end of round 10.
Early in this round, what might be one of the most important sequences in this fight, Marrero knew he had to come out and be aggressive in this round, having lost 2 straight rounds. What did he do? He just battered the body of Ramirez, working downstairs continually, ripping body shots, and not all of them effective, but some getting there, and really did a good job. And then this is where he went a little bit south of the border. 2 of them, yeah, as Paulie pointed out. And got a warning for that. And he's been warned twice.
You let him rest. You let him rest that round. Now you got to win these last 2 rounds, okay? Get on top of him. Let's go. Nice and brave. Go in there. Come on, you can do it.
11th round scheduled for 12 in the 126-pound weight class as Marrero lands a sweeping right hook upstairs as Ramirez leans in, throwing punches. Marrero looking for the great counter.
Wow. Good right hook from Marrero. You can feel the urgency of both these fighters.
Marrero avoiding the jab and the left cross from Ramirez. Again, great head movement by Marrero throughout the fight out.
Yeah, early on he was getting hit with some of those punches, but now in the last 5 or 6 rounds he has been much better.
Minute gone in the 11th. Marrero leaning in. Has to be careful, susceptible to that uppercut. Both of them leaning in and leaving themselves potentially at risk, although they close the quarters quickly.
This has been a fight with a lot of adjustments by both fighters. And one of the adjustments is Marrero found that he couldn't land his straight left as much as he wanted. He has replaced that with the right hook. But there's beautiful combination work by Ramirez, and he's done that from time to time in this fight.
Crafty little sidestep by Ramirez on the inside.
Better footwork than we thought he would show.
Chopping left hand upstairs by Ramirez. Pawing away at the jab. Avoiding the jab of Marrero. Oh, gets a body shot. Final 60 seconds of the 11th round. Ramirez with the right hand to the body. Marrero missing with that sweeping left cross.
This is a round that I think is leaning to Ramirez, but it's one that, depending on what happens here in this last 40 seconds, could go either way. But then I'm not the scorer. Steve Farhood is.
30 seconds left as Marrero again shining the body. Marrero on his bicycle here, final seconds of the 11th. Ramirez stalking him.
Aquí lo tiene que coger todo. Aquí se va él. Aquí se va él. El nuevo campeón eres tú aquí. No le puedes dar este round ahí.
This is the last round. Let's go. You got to win this round. Come on. Come out like you're possessed. Let's go. This is...
It doesn't get more descriptive than come out like you're possessed.
I love that.
12th and final round.
That may be my favorite instruction in a corner ever. I'll tell you what.
Eduardo Ramirez and Claudio Marrero meeting in the center of the ring. A little grappling going on. Each looking to assert themselves, each looking to empty everything in their reservoir to make that emphatic statement and record the victory here tonight in Houston, Texas, leaning into each other and chucking the leather.
Both fighting right in the pocket and throwing bombs. Wow.
Both fighting the last round like they needed.
Yeah. And they may. This fight's been pretty close. It's been a good action fight. And both men have thrown over 700 punches, so they've been very active.
Ramirez looking for a glitch in the matrix while Marrero wants to bounce back and put together his own run here at 126 pounds when again at the upper echelon of the division. So many mouth-watering possibilities. And both Ramirez and Marrero hope to one day gain those bigger opportunities, but they're in tough against each other here tonight.
Oh, that's a big body shot. Did that left hand a moment ago hurt Ramirez? It almost looked like it might have. Side headlock just for you, Morrow.
Yep. More of a front chancery, but thank you, Al.
Okay. I was dangerously close. You had to correct me, didn't you?
Ramirez almost caught the
Yeah, Ramirez almost did catch him.
Yeah.
60 seconds left in the 12th round. Marrero going to the body. Ramirez looking for the headshot. Marrero utilizing that head movement, but they're both trying to get that dramatic stoppage. 45 seconds left in the fight. Of course, Ramirez with just 9 KO victories. Marrero with 17. Final 30 seconds in Houston. looking for the proverbial fences here, and referee Ramos.
He made him get hit.
Jeez.
The ref's like, come on, don't give me that.
Oh my gosh, he created that punch.
Welcome to Texas.
Wow. Okay.
It was just a jab, but still, Marrero trying to milk it maybe to get a rest. The referee was like, get out of here. Get up.
So they go 12 rounds at 126 pounds. Eduardo Ramirez hoping to extend his winning streak to 3, while Marrero looks to bounce back from a defeat.
Let's take a look at that last sequence in which inexplicably we're in action. The referee decides he's going to jump in here for a reason I have no idea, and was pulling him away when.
And heel manager tactic out for another pro wrestling
there
referee.
You go, and made it possible for Marrero to get hit with that right hook, and that was a weird, very weird sequence.
And then the ref's like, come on, get up.
The dastardly heel referee.
Look at that. I love the referee telling him, come on, man, get up. It wasn't that bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Judge at ringside. Ruben Carrion scores about 116 to 116 to 112. Glenn Crocker sees it 115 to 113. And James Green scores about 118 to 110. All three in favor of the WBA Featherweight World Title Eliminator, the Matrix, Claudio
Marrero, who does bounce back from his third career loss to pick up the unanimous decision victory over Eduardo Ramirez.